Hello viewers, happy new year to we all. It's been a while, right? I decided to give a break so that you guys can all enjoy your Christmas and New Year, and I'm also to give a quality time to my family too. But we're back as the exam is far approaching. I'm aware NTIC is on the 1st of February, while James Hope is on the 8th of February. Loyola is on the 15th, so they are back to back. For my SAT students, please, you just have to allow me to give quality attention to these are babies that want to write entrance exam. Sit back as you enjoy Series 8 today with me. Thank you. Still best approach to answer common entrance questions. As you all know, we have 3 stages, which is the simple, the medium, and the hard. So let's go to simple without wasting much of our time. The question says 25% of a number. 25%, so I can use proportion of the number is 75. And find the number, meaning we're looking for the original, that's always 100%, which will give you more. So 100 between this 25 and 100 is 100 over 25. I've ripped out the percentage sign and you multiply by 75. 25 here 1, 25 in 100, that's 4. So you have 4 times 75, which will give you 300. And that is option A. Moving on to question 2. What is the probability that an integer chosen at random between 1 and 10 is even? Between 1 and 10. So you have 5 even and 5 odd. And so since you have 5 even, you have 5 out of the total, that's 10. And when you reduce, you have a 1 over 2. And that is your answer here. I believe we're learning. Moving on to the next question, solve this. So just distribute the 5 across what is in the bracket and do the same thing here. But please be sure you're using a -4 to open the second bracket. So we have in the first bracket 5x minus 20. In the second bracket you have minus 4x minus 4 equal to 0. These are the x. So 5x minus 4x, that will give you x. And minus 20 minus 4, both of them are negative, so you add them together and still keep the negative sign. That's minus 24 equal to 0. So any number that crosses equal sign will change. So x equals to 24. So our answer is what? D. Moving on to question 4. If a plastic cup costs 80, so you have 1 cup and that costs $80, and half dozen is since dozen is 12, half is what? 6 cups cost $420. Find the discount on half dozen. So meaning for someone who is buying it in 1, let's calculate what the person will end up paying for 6 cups. Definitely we know it's more. And which one is more between 6 and 1? 6 out of 1 times $80. And that will give you 6 times 8, that's 48. So you have $48. So buying it in 1 you pay 480. Then buying it in half dozen you pay 420. And then the question says find the discount on half. So just take the difference between these two, and that's 480 minus 420, and that will give you 60. So your answer is $60, which is option A. Moving on to question 5. A woman who is 50 years old, so a woman is 50 years of age, is not more than, so let's craft out our equation. not more. So you're going to use the sign of less than or equal to. You can't use greater than because it's no more than twice a daughter age. So let's use D as the daughter. So we're looking for the minimum possible value, minimum possible age of the daughter. So anywhere you see W, replace it with 50, less than or equal to 2D. Divide both sides by 2, and that will give you 25, less than or equal to 2, cancel out D. And when you switch it around, the inequality sign changes from less than to greater than. Greater than or equal to 25, sorry. So the question says minimum. So the minimum you can get in this expression is 25, because the expression says D is greater than or equal to 25. So that means the least you can get is 25. So our answer is option D. Moving on to the minimum stage. Usman and Amina. Usman, you, A for Amina, share a sum of 210 naira. So that Amina gets twice as much as what? Usman. How much does Usman get? So this is substitution method that is best for this. Anywhere you set your eyes on A, replace it with what? 2U. So therefore, the first equation will turn to U plus, instead of writing A now, I'm going to write 2U equal to 210, and that will give me 3U equal to 210. Divide both sides by 3, and 3 cancel 3, and you have U equal to 70 naira. And that's option C. Moving on to question 7. An item cost $605. Mr. Lampard, a regular customer, is required a discount of 4%. How much does it pay? So meaning 4% is out of what is paying. So instead of paying the original, which is 100%, you end up paying 100 minus 4. Do that in your head, and that will give you 96%. So what is paying is what? 96% of $605, and that's 96 over 100 times 605 over 1. Then start reducing. 5 can go here, 2 and 0. 5 in 6, 1 remainder 1, 5 in 10, 2, 5 in 5, 1. Then I'll just use 2. I don't want to use 4. 2 here, 10. And 2 here, you have 4, remainder 1, and that's 8. So I'm going to multiply 1 to 1 by 48. I know 2 can still go, 4 can still go, but I just want to leave my denominator as 10, so that I will move the decimal to the left one step. 8 times 1 is 8, times 2 is 16, carry 1. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 1, 9. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. And when you add up, you have 8. This is 10, carry 1. This is 18, carry 1. And this is 5. And at the end of this, don't forget you have 5,808 over 10. So this, cancelling the 0, means you're moving the decimal point inside 1. So what you're paying is $580.80. And the only answer that carries out is B. Moving on to question 8. Simplify. Raise up a negative number. To deal with the negative, just take 1 over the same expression without the negative, and because it's just 1, you leave it this way. Then times 6, y raised to power 4 times 2. Any expression raised to power 0 is always 1, so you can just call this 2. 2 cancel 2, and then y1, y in this expression, you will have y raised to power 3. So what you have left is 6y raised to power 3, and that is option D. Number 9. If 12 is the mean of the following, and you know mean is also average, and average is what? Sum over number. So therefore, the mean is 12. The sum of this number, when you add it up, can we do it in our head? This and this give you 20. This and this will give you another 20. 20 plus 20, that's 40 plus x. So you have x plus 40 as a sum. And the number, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 5. When you cross multiply, you have x plus 40 equal to 60. Move 40 to the other side. So you have x equal to 60 minus 40. And that will give you 20. Option B. Question 10. A cone is 6 centimeter high and has a base diameter. So let's draw a cone to that effect. There's a cone. And we're told that the height is 8 centimeter and the diameter is 12. So if I need just the radius will be half of the diameter, which is 6, and we're looking for the slant height, and this is just Pythagoras theorem. Here is 6, here is 8, and here is the slant height, which is the hypotenuse. So the slant height will give you the square root of 8 squared plus 6 squared. Excuse me. This will give you 64 plus 36, and that will give you 100. So your answer is 10 centimeter, option A. Now let's move to the last stage, add stage. 11. The total surface area of a cone is 90 pi. They give us the radius and we're looking for the slant height. So the first thing to do is to write the formula for total surface area of a cone, which is pi r squared, the area of the base, and the curved surface area, which is pi r l. If you like, you can simplify because pi r is common, so you have r plus l. Then you're good to go with your information, inputting your information. The total surface area, they say, is 90 pi, and this is pi r is what? 5, and you say 5 plus l. So L is all we're looking for. I can cancel the pi on both. Easily I can divide both sides by 5. So that 5 cancel 5. And here you are left with 5 plus L. Then here, 5 in 9, you have 1, remainder 4. 5 in 40, you have 8. So you move 5 to the other side, that's 18 minus 5 equal to L. And that will give you 13 equal to L. So answer is A. Moving on to question 12. Find the total area of a circular face of a closed cylinder. They give you the radius and also the height. So that's the formula you need. Total surface area of a cylinder will give you the area at the top is pi r squared. At the bottom, pi r squared has 2 pi r squared. And the curved surface area is 2 pi r h. Again, here you can factor 2 pi r, and in the bracket you're left with r plus h. Now you input all your value. Pi, if it is not given, you use 22 over 7. Radius, we're told to take radius as 20, and then open bracket, radius as 20, height as 8. And we have 2 times 22 over 7 times 20 times what is in the bracket, that's 28. And 7 here, 1, 7 here, you have 4. So 2 times 22, you have 44. Times 20 times 4, you have 80. So I will just multiply 44 times 8. That's 32, carry 3, 32, 35, then add 0 to your answer. So you have 3, 5, 2 rather, and 0. Again, you have 3, 5, 2, and 0. And your answer will be in centimeters squared. 3520, 3,520. And that is B. Moving on to question 13. A solid cylinder open at one end. So this time around, open at one end has a curved surface area. So if it is open at one end, then the curved surface area open at one end will be, earlier I said at the top pi r squared, at the bottom pi r squared. So let's assume the top is open. So it will now be pi r squared at the bottom. Then the curved surface area still remain 2 pi r h. And they gave us that all of these is 250 pi. So we just have to substitute. But before then, you can decide to factorize what is common, which is pi r, and you're left with r here. And when you remove pi r, you're left with 2h here. Again, pi cancel pi. You have 250 equal to radius. Do they give us radius? Yeah, 5. So you have 5 open brackets, 5 plus 2h that we're looking for. Find the height. So again, I'll quickly divide by 5 because both of them are divisible by 5. And 250 divided by 5, that will give you 50. And 5 cancel 5. So you have 5 plus 2h. Again, collect the like terms. So 5 goes to the other side and turn to a negative number. And that will give you 45 equal to 2h. Divide both sides by 2. And that will give you 22.5 equal to h. Boom. That is it. Number 14. Mr. Sanusi saved $600. That's your principal. At a simple interest after 5 years. So that's the time, 5 years. The capital plus the interest. Capital plus the interest. That means principal plus what? Simple interest. Amount to 720. More like they gave you the amounts. Calculate the rates. So we're looking for the rates. And if the principal they gave us is 600, what will you add to 600? I'll give you 720. That's 120. So meaning you have your simple interest as $120. Now I can write the formula for rate, which is simple interest times 100 over principal times time. So we have all the information. Simple interest is 120 times 100 over principal is 600 and the time is 5. 2 zeros cancel 2 zeros. 6 here 1, 6 here 2 and 0, 5 here 1, 5 here 4. So you have 4%. Question 15. If the angle of a pentagon, so the first thing you need to find the sum of the pentagon, sum of the interior angle of a pentagon. And the formula is what? N minus 2 times 180 degree. N is 5. So you have 5 minus 2 times 180 degree. And that will give you 3 times 180 degree. And that will give you 0, 24, carry 2, and that's 540 degree. So now we have 540 degree, which we are told that is equal to x, 2x, 3x, 4x, and 5x. So when you add all these together, so 540 equals to x plus 2x, 3x, 3x plus 3x, that's 6x, 6x plus 4x, that's 10x, 10x plus 5x, that's 15x. I'll use shorter method, even though a lot of you want me to divide by 15, but I'm not going to divide by 15. The question says, find the size of the largest. And the largest here is what? 5x. So what do I do to get 5x here? I just divide by 3. By 3. Because if I divide by 3, I have my 5x. And this is the largest that I'm looking for. The largest angle. So 3 in the 5, you have 1 remainder 2. In 24, you have 8 and 0 degree. So the largest is actually 180 degree. You can also find x. Then when you're done finding x, multiply by 5, you still get your 180. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you soon with series 10. Thank you, and please do not forget to like, share to your loved one.